So if you've digested the first part about forgiveness, this is just the second little bit, how to do it practically. And I did make mention of the fact that for me, I had decided to forgive, I chose to forgive, and then I wrote it down on a bit of paper, and then I burnt it after that. And for me, going back to that, when memories come up, I just remember that moment I chose to forgive, it was dealt with, you know. So things to do. First thing is actually ask God who you need to forgive, and it may surprise you, there may be one or two more. As you know, for me, obviously there was something that came up just the other day, something I'd not let go of. So ask God who you need to forgive, write the names down. Remember that in forgiving these people, you're not letting them off the hook, you're not saying that what they did didn't matter, or that it should all be glossed over, or anything like that. And particularly if it's criminal, it doesn't mean that the law has no place in dealing with what they've done. So that's the first thing, remember that. The second thing is, remember that the person that's getting let off the hook is you, not the other person who hurt you. It's you that's getting off the hook by doing this. The third thing is actually you're making a choice, a clear choice. It's not about whether you feel like forgiving, it's whether you realise actually this is the thing you have to do to get off the hook. Derek Prince described it as enlightened self-interest. Okay, and that's what it is. You are choosing to get yourself off a hook that the enemy would happily see you hang on for the rest of your life. So you're choosing. So you need to just say to yourself, I choose to forgive so and so. Name them, name what they did to you, name how it feels, how it felt, and name the effects of it, if you can, and then just say, I choose to forgive them, I release them, I let them go. In fact, I ask God to bless them, because we're supposed to bless those that curse us, and that's the sign of being able to really forgive, you know, when you can do that. If it helps, write it down on a bit of paper, write it as a letter to God. Dear Father, this is what I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to forgive so-and-so for what they did to me, for how it made me feel, for how it affected my life, for all the trauma and turmoil it's caused. I'm choosing to forgive them and let them go. I release them, and in doing so, I know that I'm getting myself off a hook. Do that. If you write it down, then just I was just trying to think, yeah, it was Hezekiah who wrote a letter to God and spread it out. Just spread it out in front of God, say, here it is, this is my letter to you, and that's it. Then you can burn it, that's the best thing perhaps, or you can file it away if you want, but remember that the day that you wrote that was the day that you made that choice and you have forgiven them. And the final thing is, there'll be memories come back, probably within hours or days. Things will remind you, things will maybe even trigger you at a certain extent, and you need to say, no, I'm not going to go down that alley, I'm not going to let my thoughts run wild over this, I chose to forgive, and that's the end of it. And then turn your attention and your thinking elsewhere, because good news folks, we are in control of how we think.